On the freedom to associate line, that isn't a good description of what you want. You don't want the freedom to associate. You want for black people to not have the freedom to associate with you. You aren't asking for, I know you would like that, right? You aren't asking for more freedom for yourself, but less for blacks, which is good or bad, whatever, depending on your views, but it certainly isn't your freedom to associate. Now, this to me is obvious bullshit, but
he can't actually believe this. What is he trying to do here? Like, that's so self-contradictory.
More interesting than the completely fucked up version of freedom of association, to me, is the underlying assumption here that disassociating from blacks gives white people, well, not underlying assumption, basically blatant admission.
Exactly.
That disassociating from blacks gives white people more freedom and black people less freedom.
Yes.
So in other words, black people are a burden. It's a burden to associate with blacks, and a indulgence or a boon or a privilege to disassociate with them. While on the same reverse of this, the reverse of that coin is that it is a privilege or something something desirable. And Alex and I have talked about this for years. We've been talking about this, to associate with whites. So that, like, the worst thing, honestly, that white liberals can think of is for white people to say to blacks, we don't want to associate with you anymore.
Right. This is why you have school busing, and it's why gentrification is bad, and it's also why white flight is bad. They're both simultaneously bad. Which, I mean, that's a contradiction right there. Okay, so gentrification is bad because more whites. White flight, bad because less whites. Weird.
Right. Ultimately, though, they do see depriving black people of the presence of whites as some kind of bad thing, which you would think, given the rhetoric, it wasn't. And some people have trolled them in the past and said, like, well, look, and it's still a good troll. If you want to try it out on your local cat lady, go for it. You know, if whites are so terrible, maybe we just shouldn't be around black people, right? Maybe we should go off into our own spaces and do our own thing, and we just won't be around black people. We won't force ourselves on them. They don't have to be subjected to all of our various microaggressions and whatever else. We just won't be around them.
Yeah, then it turns into, no, you have a duty for Gibbs. Like, the only reason blacks are, like, you know, demographically, like, fucked absolutely everywhere on planet Earth is because, like, cotton or something a while back. So you,
slavery built this country. Slavery made America.
Everything's made of cotton.
Yeah, everything was made out of cotton. I get it. Cool, but yes, we came over with our highly advanced ships. Bought some slaves, brought them back to our highly advanced state to make you pick some cotton.
Hey, dude, slavery is why the South won the Civil War. Okay.
Yes.
But I mean,
obviously, slavery was such a huge advantage that the South totally dominated.
Right. I mean, that's
that conflict because of these fucking slaves they had.
Yeah. All the slaves are why the South had such a machine that they could win the Civil War. Also, like, if in fact the economy was run on slavery, that's why the economy completely collapsed when slavery ended, except that the opposite. But
it's almost like this narrative makes no fucking sense.
It's almost like it's totally wrong.
Well, it's equivalent to being like, we was kings. It's the same bullshit.